Hello everybody, Toe with Pulsar with you again with another video to help you optimize your wallet and learn the Pulsar wallet. Okay, so in today's video I'm going to recap what we spoke about yesterday regarding the input timer, give you the Cliff Notes version on that. If you want more details, check out the previous video. I'm also going to load up the wallet and show you some settings and options in there that you probably should pay attention to, maybe even change, add on to get a better wallet experience. And finally, I'll wrap up the video talking about how to abandon orphan transactions. We'll go into a little detail about what an orphan transaction is and how they come about in your wallet. Okay, so let's just start off the video. Right now, what you see on the screen, I am pulling from the Pulsar Discord. It is in the Pulsar help section of the Discord, and it is in a channel titled Info and Support. So regarding the input timer, it was introduced way back in September of 2023. And of course, I just did a video on it in February of 2024. So input timer has been around for a while. So the whole point of me doing the video is to make sure that you guys were aware of it. Okay, so let's read what I had to say back in September the 27th of 2023. The input timer provides automatic notice in debug log when input submission times for POS exceed 1,000 milliseconds while the wallet is unlocked and staking. Values exceeding 1,000 milliseconds disqualify the input from participating in POS. Proof of stake. The notice in debug log is meant to alert users to optimize their wallet in order to lower their timer value. Lower values for the input timer are always better. Users may add debug equal bench to pulsar.conf to force activate the timer after a wallet restart. However, debug log will quickly grow in size as a result. We have found a direct positive relationship between the number of transactions in wallet debt and the speed of the input timer. This is to say that as the number of transactions increases, the input timer's delay speed also increases. Of course, more powerful CPUs will allow for many more transactions before impacting the input timer. Also, be aware that if you are running a mining program on the same machine that holds your wallet debt, the CPU demands of the mining program will increase the input timer. Closing out the mining program will lower the input timer value. Even if you specifies CPU affinity for both the mining program and the wallet program, the use of a mining program impacts the wallet's input timer. So, like I said, check out yesterday's video. I do a deep dive into the debug log. I did a screenshot back in September showing you more exaggerated. This is like before I myself did a wallet input consolidation and moved my address to a new wallet, because boy oh boy, my values were pretty high. I had 320 milliseconds and 321 milliseconds respectively. Of course, not an issue, not a problem. The real problem is when that value gets to be over 1,000. Okay, so let's head on to the next topic. Okay, so the next topic involves going through the active wallet and just checking out some settings and making sure that you have appropriate values for your wallet for maximum efficiency. So let's fool around. So there are 3 different tabs or buttons here at the top of the wallet: Files, Settings, and Help. So how do you know that you are running the most current version of the wallet, or what version are you running? Well, that's pretty easy. There are a couple places to check that. So if we click on Help, and then if we click on About Pulsar, we see that I am running Pulsar Wallet version 1162 right here. So if you jump on the Discord and you have a problem, and some user asks you, hey, what version are you running? So this is where you would check it. Another place to check it would be click on help, click on the debug window, and here we will also see in information. There's some tabs that pull up: information, console, network traffic, and peers. So information gives you pretty good your peer count. It gives you the number of the connections that you have, and it also gives you your client version. So we can see that it's client version 1162. The user agent is 1162 as well. So that's confirmation. If somebody asks you, hey, what version are you running? What are you talking about? This is where you would provide that to those in the Discord trying to provide help. Also, in this debug information tab, we can open our debug log file. So once we open it up, we can see that it has some information like from yesterday. You know that for my particular debug, I am using debug exclude equal 1 to try to limit the amount of information in debug. So if you wanted to clear it, you want something more up to date, all you have to do is simply select all. So this is like Control A. It highlights everything in here, and then you push your delete button, and you can see this wipes it all out. You go ahead and save, and you just cleared out the debug wallet without having to actually delete the thing, the file, and having to do a wallet restart. Okay, so this is how you clear it out. Okay, cool. So also, we're on the topic of this debug window, we have the number of connections. So one of the questions will, some user offering support to you, how many peers are you connected to? Well, you are connected to 7. This wallet's connected to 7 peers, 0 inbound clients and 7 outbound. So what does that mean? So it goes to 8. So if we go to peers, we can kind of see, let me get this window a little bit bigger, that this wallet is connected to the following IP addresses. And the client user agent of the addresses I am connected to are at 1162. You'll also see that I am connected to port 5995 on each of them. So what that means, when I am connected to somebody else's 5995, that means that other person that I am connected to, they have gone into their router, to their firewall, and they are port forwarding port 5995 to the IP address on their local network that has the wallet. Effectively, they are making their connection available to me so that I can download blocks, I can, share transaction information, and, I'm connected to others. Now, I'm not allowing others to connect to me. So in this particular instance, I don't have 5995 forwarded in my personal router. So that's why I'm not seeing a crazy amount of connections to my IP address. And if I did, this 599, like when others connect to me, they're going to be connecting to me on various port numbers. So that's the way to kind of understand your inbound and your outbound. I'm connected to others who are sharing their connection with me, but I'm being stingy. I'm not sharing my connection with others. So I do encourage, if you have the sources available and you're feeling generous, open up your port 5995 in your router, port forward it over to the computer running your wallet, and share your connection and support the network. Okay, so network traffic, we can kind of see how my bandwidth is being used. I am receiving more than I am giving. So there is a little bit of information that I'm communicating back to the ones that I am connected to. but I am receiving a lot more. See the green, I'm receiving a lot more than I am giving, at least for this particular wallet on this machine. So we are familiar with the console. This is where we run our commands and unlock the wallet for staking. So now if we go into settings and we look at options. So we want to make sure the size of our database cache is 450 megabytes. This is default value. The number of script verification threads, how many POS workers do you got going on? 16. You want that 16. Should you need to open your Pulsar config file, you can also do it from here. So of course it opens up my Pulsar config file. So enforce checkpoints, that is ticked off. So now we go to wallet. So enable coin control features and spent unconfirmed change. Those are checked. These are default values. Network, allow incoming connections. Window, okay, so minimize to tray instead of the taskbar. Minimize on close. So what this means here, that if I were to X out of the wallet, it just doesn't shut down. It just minimizes and goes into the taskbar, or minimize to the tray. It goes to the tray instead of the taskbar. And for Windows, it's right there by your clock in the lower right hand corner of your screen. Okay, but this is what I really wanted to get to over here. Third-party transaction URLs. All right, so whatever value you have in there, I will show you. The value ought to be this. We are going to, if you wanted to research a transaction on the actual Explorer, this is like an easy way for you to, once you get into transactions, you right-click and then you can open this up in the Explorer. So the value that goes in this this bar here, third-party transaction URLs, that's going to be https://explorer.pulsarcoin.info/tx/question txid equal %s. So I'll post this in the description of the video so you can simply copy and paste it. Makes life easy for everybody. Now, of course, whenever you put a new value in here, it's going to throw up a notice and say, hey, for this change that you just did to take effect, you're going to have to shut down the wallet and restart it. Okay, so I already did that. So now I'll show you what it looks like. Like, what's the point of it all? So transactions. This was in yesterday's video when I was sending transactions to myself. So now I hover over a particular transaction, whatever. Let's do this one. So right click. So it comes up, copy address, all this other jazz. We'll get into this abandoned transaction in a second. But now we see this Explorer pulsarcoin.info. So now if we were to click on it, it will actually load up the transaction information on the Explorer website. So we can kind of see that, yeah, this is my address and this is the transaction ID here at the top. If you wanted the URL, that automatically, when you right click and click on that Explorer Pulsar Coin Info, okay, so the construction of the URL kind of follows what we entered into the wallet. So now we will talk about abandoning transactions. So once again, I am here on the Pulsar Discord. I am in the info and support category, and there is a post called "How do I remove invalid or orphan transactions from the QT wallet?" Now, I made this post back in November the 18th of 2022. Good grief, long time ago. Okay, so what am I saying here? How do I remove failed or orphan transactions? Each time I get one of these, I notice that my balance drops and I need to recover my balance. So what the symptom of this is going to be like, you'll do some self-investigation on the Explorer. The Explorer is going to report that your balance value, and you're going to look at the balance that you have in your wallet, and you're going to see a discrepancy. Like, for example, if let me get this out of the way. Where are you? Here you are. Okay, so the available balance here in the wallet's 999. So it's accurate, but let's suppose that the Explorer was reporting that I had 2,000 Pulsar, but I see an available balance of 999, and it's like, what's the deal? Why is there a difference? Well, more than likely, the reason for that is because you have an orphan transaction. What that means is that in POS, your wallet is always constantly submitting shares to the blockchain for POS staking rewards, and you're trying to guess the next block, the hash value, and you're competing with everyone else doing the same thing. So when two or more wallets arrive at the correct hash value, the wallet that submits that value first is the winner. So if you have two wallets at the exact same time submitting the correct hash value, only one of those wallets is going to win the reward. So they'll win that 45 Pulsar block. Now, the losing wallet, it's going to show up as an orphaned transaction. So it's going to lock away the input that actually won it. And when it locks away an input's a container for Pulsar coin. So it's going to lock it away, and it's going to show a decrease in balance. So if you want it to reappear, you have to abandon the orphan. So what does that look like? So in the transactions part of your wallet, you're going to see. So we got transactions, and this is an older version of the wallet, but that's okay. The concept is still the same. You're going to see a bunch of check marks going on, and you're also going to see for an orphan, the icon is going to look like a circled question mark right here, and you're also going to see the amount that you would have won appear in brackets, and so it'll stay like that until you actually right click on it and then click abandon transaction. So another example would of course look like this, where we have the squared question mark, that's your giveaway, and the bracketed the reward, it's in brackets. So that's letting you know that that's an orphaned transaction. Okay. So yeah, there are several ways to do this. If you want, you could restart your wallet with the Zap wallet transaction or TX's command, and of course it'll zap your wallet and rebuild it, and it'll remove it that way. But supposing that you don't want to restart your wallet, you just want to keep going and just abandon the transaction, I'll show you how. So as a side note, before I show you how to abandon a transaction, I'm showing you, yes, I am generous. I have more than one Pulsar wallet on more than one. I have several machines running wallets in my house, and all of them are sharing bandwidth. All of them, I have port 5995 open, and I am sharing my bandwidth with other users. And for this particular one, you can see that I've only received 80 meg, but I have sent a whopping 793 megabytes in just a couple of days. So lead by example. I'm showing you I'm generous, and I hope you'll be generous too. So now I'll show you the whole abandoned transaction. Okay, so here we are in one of my installs, one of my wallets on its dedicated machine. And so I am going to show you what an abandoned or an orphan transaction looks like. So as we kind of scroll down, you are going to see that I have that circled question mark I was telling you about. You are going to see that the Pulsar reward value. So we'll see it's generated but not accepted. When I hover over it, I will right click it, it'll highlight the line, and it says abandoned transaction. So once I click that, there we go. So let me try to find another. Maybe I have another. There's another abandoned transaction. So it frees up that input, and we have it's the value that was tied up in that that orphaned input is now freed up to be returned back to my wallet. So in conclusion, the reason why I told you in the first video to edit your Pulsar config and remove all instances of add node equal and ban score equal is because when it comes to peers, okay, like I said in that video, the acceptable good peers, their IP addresses will be hard coded in the wallet, so you don't need it in your Pulsar config file. So with no information about add node equal, I still come across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm connected to 7 peers, and really, in all honesty, you just need to be connected to one peer in order to participate in the blockchain. But in those instances where you fire up your wallet and you have 0 peers, that tells me that there's probably going to be a network issue on your side of the equation. So your ISP or your own firewall router will be blocking Pulsar communication. So that'd be part of the troubleshooting process that you would bring to the Discord general chat. And that's another issue as well. I had you remove those, and it's good practice to remove the add node from your Pulsar configuration, because when there is a wallet version update, people do not keep track. They don't participate a lot in the Discord community. They just kind of set it and forget it, and these people are kind of left behind when a new version of the wallet is released. And so the issue with that is that they're kind of clogging up the network with their old version, and you have the old version and the new version going at it with each other, kind of competing. So we take out the add nodes for in the Pulsar config, so that you'll always be tied to trusted peers who actually update their wallet, so that you'll have the latest information. Okay, folks, I'm out of here, giving you some good information. These 3 videos have been a blast to make, and I will, if you have any suggestions, any ideas, I'm always willing to listen to what you have to say to create another video on it. I intend on doing a series on mining Pulsar coming up pretty soon, so stay on the watch for that. Thanks for watching, and take care.